Hi, I'm Nate Hotovy, Senior Project Manager for Sampson Construction. I'm here at the Farnam in Omaha. It's a 16-story high-end hotel development by the Lund Company and remodeled by our Sampson Construction team. The Farnam offers high-end finishes, custom-made carpeting, cutting-edge amenities, and stunning views of the downtown Omaha skyline. On the first floor is the main lobby, Dynamite wood-fire grill and private dining room, and the Catalyst Urban Lounge, which is the city's largest outdoor bar and lounge and can best be described as a rooftop bar on the ground. The second floor features 5,000 square feet of flexible and modern event space, complete with a ballroom, boardroom, and flexible function spaces. Also on the second floor is a state-of-the-art fitness center. This is the entry lobby. A lot of high-end finishes in this space. Everything is custom, from the Venetian plaster on the ceilings and walls, the casework back behind the lobby bar, to all of the amenities, all the furniture and rugs and carpeting. Take you now through to the Dynamite area. This is the Dynamite wood-fire grill. This is a higher-end restaurant in Omaha's downtown. We fitted out everything in this space. An awful lot of food service equipment and coordination that has to go along with that. You see the big wood-fire grill right there and the entire cook line here. All of the drinks in this area are served from the lobby bar where we just walked through. So this seating up here is for dining only. The private dining room right behind you here features this custom-built wine rack. It actually has 2 fan coil units underneath the floor here that serve just this wine rack to keep the temperatures right where they need to be. This is the private dining room. In this area, Tim Mettenbrink and I actually, with the help of some of his relatives, put up this sculpture that he created. And these are actually burnt timbers from M's Pub when it burned down downtown Omaha here. And this curtain wall wraps the north here of the private dining room and then wraps around the west side back into the regular dining area. We'll give you a look now into the custom kitchen that we built for the Dynamite staff. They're prepping for the day, so there's a lot of activity in here. So one of the biggest parts of this project was completely redoing the mechanical systems for the entire building, not only the hotel affected floors. The building was on a self-contained heating and air system, its own boilers and chillers, and then as part of our project, switched to a central utility plant fed system. So you can see here where the new hydronic piping comes in from the street. Everything comes from the YMCA, or the central plant up by the YMCA here in downtown Omaha. From the new pumps and heat exchangers and all of this piping configuration in here, all of that had to be carefully coordinated and laid out to make sure that it fit within this space and accommodated the tenants that had to stay in the building while we continued construction. This space provides an architectural blend between the hotel and the office tenants as they come into the elevator lobby. Have some new accommodations here for food and coffee in the morning, and obviously the security desk on this side. One of the biggest challenges on this project was to relocate the fire command room while the building was occupied and operational. The fire command room is now located right over here behind the security desk, and in relocating that, had to keep all the life safety systems live and operational. and to a higher standard in the local governing codes to the Marriott standard. All the reeded paneling on this wall here that you see to your left, a lot of that is made from the solid wood door jamb cutoffs and millwork cutoffs that we had throughout the project. You can see all the individual reeds here. Our custom casework shop actually made these panels to match a layout just as designed by our interior decorator. So this is the feature stair that we installed, serves architectural purpose as well as compliance with code and occupancy loads and usage of second floor, make sure we can get people out of here safely and securely. In the event of an emergency, there's actually a smoke curtain that drops here from the ceiling. You can see cut in there and coordinated. That curtain comes down this track and seals this area off, so if somebody was up on 2, they would come down the stairs and then horseshoe back around to that door that you see right over there. All of the walls, even in this space, the walls as they are in the entrance lobby are all Venetian plaster, and the ceilings as well. So you can look up, everything is the same texture and finish. Very high-end wall finish that's actually hand troweled on in several applications and then waxed at the end to give it that smooth, hard sheen that you see here. On all the floors that we touched with the hotel, we completely gutted and redid everything, all the way to the elevator lobbies. All the veining pattern in the wood paneling matches all the way up through all the hotel floors. 3 of the elevators in this 6 elevator bank are dedicated to hotel guests. The other 3 are dedicated only to office tenants that still exist in the building. The coordination between hotel key cards and badge access for office tenants and some of the staff here was quite the challenge throughout the job to make sure that they both work with reading the elevator system and reading the system that gets you into your office space or your hotel room. So this is the eastern half of the main ballroom on the 2nd floor. It's got a great view to the north of the new park here downtown that replaced the old Gene Leahy Mall. There's an operable wall that you see is closed here at this time because they're using the other side of this area for conference space here during the day. But when that wall's opened up, this is all wide open and you can see all the way around, kind of in a horseshoe fashion of downtown here from the 2nd floor. So great for weddings, banquets, conferences, whatever you want to do there. Outside of this space, there's a pre-function space, which also can be rented out with this space to accommodate a cocktail hour or just some extra space for your guests. So this is what we would call during construction a king corner suite, and now they call it, I believe, a visionary suite. So you'll see here a lot of different finishes. Everything on the walls is wallpaper or stone, like here for the backsplash. A lot of different colors. If I remember right, the room finish schedules for this project overall were about 5 pages in construction drawings, just of schedules of the different finishes throughout the job. 2 different design firms, one interior group that kind of operated under the umbrella of the architect on record, and then the architect on record. So the interiors bunch had a very influential part in all the hotel rooms. Everything in this room is custom, from the casework to the oversized doors. The colors are all custom finishes. The furniture, you can see the furniture matches wood finish wise with the casework. And looking out over this corner of Omaha here, we got a lot of big windows. All the shades coming down this room are full blackouts, so they have tracks on the mullions of the curtain wall that provide a full blackout in here in case somebody was operating on different hours than normal working hours and needed to sleep during the day. All the shades are motorized and controlled over here on the wall with a simple switch. All of the flooring, all the wood flooring in these guest rooms has acoustical glue underneath it to help deafen the noise between floors and between adjacent tenants. Each of the demising walls between rooms has 5 layers of drywall on it, and that goes for every room on every floor. There's over 7 truckloads of drywall per hotel floor in this building. The 5 layers of rock are strictly for meeting the STC rating that was required to be an autograph grouping of hotel for Marriott. In the King Corner Suite, all of the restrooms look very similar to this here. So custom shower doors, all glass. Each of these shower pans is an actual pre-manufactured pan that we ordered to a custom size to accommodate the openings that we had throughout the building. You see all the FF&E and the owner provided furniture. All of the furniture in this project and a lot of the amenities throughout these rooms and the common spaces down on 1 and 2 was within the owner's contract. So all the beds, the mattresses, the bedding, all of those things we had to coordinate with. One of the biggest coordination items on this project was the wall backing and the electrical rough-ins in each one of these rooms. You can see here there's plugs for your phone, all your electronics, pretty much everywhere you turn. And even on the couch over there up against the exterior glass wall, there's a floor box underneath that feeds the couch. The couch actually has plugs in the couch for your USB, to plug in your charger blocks, whatever it might be. So convenience for anybody that came to stay here was definitely in the forefront of everybody's mind when they designed this place, and then we executed the construction on it. During construction, we called this a junior suite. Now they call it, in hotel operations, this is a billionaire suite. So some of the largest real estate for suites that they have in the hotel. You can see here a lot of common space, living space here in the middle, plenty of space around everything. A couple of restrooms in this room alone. So you have a restroom here with a full walk-in shower, and then we'll get to the other one here in a moment. I mentioned before the many finishes throughout this project. For example, the door that enters into this room is 2 different wood species on each side and 2 different finishes. So here you got a plain sawn oak with a custom gray washout finish, and here you got a dark walnut with a natural finish on the other side to match the corridor finishes. All of the typical guest rooms are walnut like the corridor. All of the suites on the inside have a lot more oak in them. So again, here, heavy involvement in these rooms in particular because there is so much more owner-provided furniture. And as I mentioned before, you can see right here, convenience box for plug-ins and charging your electronics if you were to be here working while staying. With these convenience outlets comes a lot of floor boxes cut in, some on hotel floors, and some in ceilings of existing tenant spaces. So again, a lot of coordination that we did to get that work done while this was all occupied. These doors here are about 300 pounds a piece for each leaf. These are sliding doors that close off this bedroom for privacy. You can see they're parallel but bypass in the same direction there. Because of the weight, we had to install a structural header up above here, and that was something that we caught during construction and made sure that we got it right so we didn't have issues down the road. So this is the master bath of the junior or billionaire suites. You can see in here stand-up shower and tub in the same bay. So these shower bases here are actually screeded in custom and waterproofed to Omaha standard code because putting a pre-made base in there would have just caused more problems than made good. But you can see all the jets on the walls, and this actually has a digital control for this room, so you can hook up Bluetooth on your phone and set the sprays to whatever you want by using that digital control. For the 2 suites that we were in, you can actually rent out 2 of them and have this room to lock off the 2, call it adjoining rooms by the front door, if you wanted to have those 2. And that brings us out into the typical corridor. So all the corridors on all four hotel floors are the same as far as the woodwork and all the finishes. You'll see here all of the walnut. This is all natural, solid walnut casing around the doors and wall paneling. There's over a linear mile of solid wood trim on each guest room floor. So like I said before, 7 loads of drywall, 7 semi-loads, and over a linear mile of solid wood trim on each one of these floors. Each of the guest room doors is actually a hollow metal fire-rated frame to conform to the requirements of Marriott and having fire separation between the room and the corridor. And you'll see here that it doesn't look at all like hollow metal because we then wrap them in wood. Mentioned before the custom carpeting. Throughout the corridors, the carpeting is to actually mimic the current of the Platte River and had to be coordinated and laid out properly to make sure all the seaming was correct.